This is Holly Graham, who, like a hologram, is not real. But for the sake of the video, this is Holly's daily routine as an 18-year-old college student analyzed from a psychological perspective. First, before Holly is even woken up, her hypothalamus is hard at work stopping the secretion of melatonin in her brain. But when she actually wakes up, she continues to disrupt her REM sleep by snoozing way too many times and actually making her feel more tired. After getting ready and leaving the house, Holly is still feeling tired and is also now hungry due to the high levels of ghrelin in her body. She stops at Dunkin' to pick up a donut and coffee for breakfast, and the caffeine helps give Holly a serotonin boost to start her day. Although the donut satisfies her enough for the ghrelin in her body to be replaced by leptin, it is not a full meal and the stimulant of coffee will suppress her appetite later on. When Holly is done with her breakfast, she sees that the bus to her first class is only 2 minutes away from the stop. The sudden stress causes adrenaline production in her brain, and motor neurons send signals to her legs to start running. When Holly catches the bus, the adrenaline secretion begins to subside to make room for GABA that calms her central nervous system down and endorphins that help her feel less stressed. Holly arrives at school where she is studying for a degree in journalism and walks into her public speaking class. She usually gets nervous about speaking in front of others in general, but felt a wave of fear as she realized she had forgotten to prepare for an oral presentation happening that day. In her brain, Holly's amygdala processes danger and begins to send signals to her hypothalamus to release cortisol. When she is called up to present, Holly is anxious. However, the stimulant she had consumed earlier at Dunkin' increased her neural activity and the amount of dopamine in her brain enough to allow her to focus on what she is saying and successfully deliver the best improvised speech she could. Apart from the coffee, Holly's prefrontal cortex also plays a role in her brain's ability to complete high-level cognitive tasks like this. Holly's next class is an English lecture, where a lot of note-taking is involved to do well on the final. Her hippocampus is activated during the lesson, as her mind is working to consolidate the facts and important information she is listening to in a short-term span of time through the release of glutamate. After class, Holly meets up with her friend to take a walk around the school and get some exercise. The walk releases endorphins in Holly's brain, boosting her mood, and she also experiences an increase in oxytocin as she bonds with her friend through their conversations. Oxytocin allows for trust and emotional connections to be built with others, and is what makes Holly's friendship so strong. Holly leaves school around 3 o'clock and should be eating lunch. However, she goes home and drinks another cup of coffee for the extra dopamine to wake her up before starting on a project she was assigned for class. Holly finally eats dinner around 7 p.m., and so much ghrelin has been produced in her body that she is eating faster than her body can work to catch up and secrete leptin. She then takes a shower before sitting down to watch TV from 8 to 10 p.m. She continues to snack on sweets during this time as a reward for getting through the day. However, the light from the TV is delaying the production of melatonin in the pineal gland of Holly's brain. This causes her to toss and turn for hours before she can actually fall asleep later on. Additionally, the junk food she ate before bed will need time to be digested and will likely cause disruption to her sleep. She tries watching videos on her phone to help her relax, but the added light just makes the problem worse. When Holly finally does get to sleep, it is 1:30 a.m. As she enters stage 1 of non-rapid eye movement sleep, her brainwaves slow down and she starts to experience sudden muscle contractions known as hypnic jerks. During stage 2, the appearance of sleep spindles, or short bursts of brain activity, can be noticed. Stage 3 is associated with restoration of resources, and Holly's body and brain work to replenish energy, repair tissues, and remove waste products during this time. Finally, Holly reaches rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. Her brain activity is now increased and she begins to dream. This stage of sleep is where memory consolidation and emotional processing occur, which is why it is crucial to our functioning. For example, the notes Holly took during her lecture earlier become fully memorized as she processes them for the long term during REM sleep. Holly snores during the night because of all the sweets she ate and shows symptoms of a disorder called sleep apnea. She also doesn't sleep very long due to going to bed so late and not giving her body a proper nighttime routine. This poor sleep quality will put her in a bad mood the next day and will cause her to experience the REM rebound effect when she is able to sleep more on the weekend. Overall, we can see that Holly's eating and sleeping habits need some work. Everything we do in our day-to-day lives is met with a physiological or psychological reaction from our bodies, so it is important to treat ourselves with care and not take after Holly's bad habits. Thank you for watching a day in the life of Holly Graham, and make sure to leave a like if you think I should get 100 on this project.